It is Wednesday, the 27th of November, 2024. My name is Pigeon Rose, and this is my song of the day. You know, it's funny how, if you asked me who are some of my favorite bands, I'd probably say Elbow first, but one of the bands I would mention would have to be Gorillaz. And yet, somehow, I've only talked about one Gorillaz song on here so far. What's up with that? I just listen to too much music, I think. Anyway, today we're talking about the song Every Planet We Reach Is Dead by Gorillaz from their 2005 album Demon Days. Demon Days is, fun fact, the first album I ever bought. It's also still one of my favorite albums of all time. I think it's great. And Every Planet We Reach Is Dead is my favorite song on that album. It's a bit of an underrated classic, I think. I feel, people love Feel Good Inc. and Dirty Harry and Dare. And there's kind of a dark horse appreciation for Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head, but I don't really see people talk about Every Planet We Reach Is Dead much. And I love those other songs, but Every Planet We Reach Is Dead is just one of those ones that I've always loved, and I feel like it doesn't get as much attention as it should. So, be the change you want to see in the world. I'm doing a whole episode about it, I guess. I don't think I need to introduce them much. You know who Gorillaz are, because presumably you haven't been living under a rock. This song features Ike Turner on piano, by the way. He plays some great piano. He was also a piece of shit, which did taint my thoughts on this song a bit, but it's still a great song. He was still a great piano player, so it still works as its own thing. You can just also acknowledge that Ike Turner was a piece of shit. He's also been dead for almost 20 years, so it all works out. Anyway, let's go listen to the song now and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. And there it is. Every Planet We Reach Is Dead by Gorillaz. I love how this song just kind of gets into it and has this consistent driving force throughout it. It's not the kind of song that speeds up or slows down. It just changes in volume and instrumentation. So it starts off with just like do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. And you've just got this dun, 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 dun beat through it, and then later on it gets quieter and then it explodes back into the big like orchestral and everything, and Ike Turner going ham on the piano, and there's some organ in there as well. It's great. I love this song so much. I love the structure of it. Now, when I first heard this album at the tender age of 10, I wasn't aware of the socio-political themes of the music. I probably wasn't aware of anything socio-political, really, and so I liked Gorillaz because I liked the sounds, I liked the music, I liked the way it all sounded, I liked to imitate it. It's the echolalia, you know how it is. But this song, it took me a bit for it to grow on me because I more liked the singles at the time. But as I got older and kind of got more into music as like an art form instead of just something I played, this song washed over me. But the lyrics still confused me for a while. For one thing, I didn't know if websites I looked it up on were reliable, and the CD case doesn't come with any lyrics. It just comes out with a big fold-outable art for each song, which is really cool, but like it's so worn because it was in a jewel case that was really hard to get the thing out of because it was really thick, because it had different art for every single song. It's a whole thing. Anyway, so for a while I did not understand what the song was about. I assumed it was like some sort of breakup song, and it kind of is. But what you need to realize is that Gorillaz have a lot of songs about climate change, global warming, and humanity's part in affecting the environment and wanting it to be better. And that's across their discography, but particularly on this album, there's a lot of it, including Oh Green World is a big one, of course. But this song, the interpretation that makes the most sense to me is that it's supposed to be someone singing about a lost relationship with Mother Nature, like you would an ex-girlfriend, basically. And so it's like, it's written like it's a breakup song, but it's about humanity drifting apart from nature. Does that make sense? The title itself has always enthralled me. Every Planet We Reach Is Dead. I want to make a novel called that. I have come up with ideas for an RPG called that. I love that title. And also, I'll say my other fun fact when we get to that part of the lyrics. Let's go into just the lyrics now. I lost my land like I lost my way, so no loose ends and nothing to see me down. How are we gonna work this out? Dreams are bad, our heads are mad. I love the girl, but God only knows it's getting hard to see the sun coming through. I love you, but what are we gonna do? So, I lost my land like I lost my way is a hell of a way to open a song. A lot of lyrics websites, including the one I'm looking at right now, Genius, says I lost my leg, and that's always what I heard, but it has been officially stated by the band that it is land, not leg, because leg wouldn't make any sense. So, this refrain of how are we gonna work this out, what are we gonna do, just talking about like being afraid of what we're gonna do to help solve this climate crisis, right? Dreams are bad, our heads are mad, kind of talking about humanity wanting to advance advance in technology, but they're going to above and beyond. They're having these bad dreams that are driving their heads mad, so to speak, in that they're overcompensating and they're affecting the environment too much, right? I love the girl being Mother Earth, but God only knows it's getting hard to see the sun coming through. I feel like that's the most blatant line here regarding the theme. It's getting hard to see the sun coming through, as in coming through the clouds. Like it's hard to see a certain future, like the sun coming through being hope, but also like literally like talking about smog and how it's hard to see the sun. Do you get me? And then I love you, but what are we going to do? So again, just highlighting that despair. Then picture I'm a dreamer, I'll take you deeper, down to the sleepy glow. Time is a low, don't you know? What are we going to do? So this is the part I said I would come back to. One of the first songs I ever wrote was called Down to the Sleepy Glow, which was inspired by this line here. And I wrote it like the sleepy glow was just like going to sleep, and it was talking about joining someone and going down to the sleeping glow isn't like falling asleep, and it was kind of a lullaby-ish, but it was slow and plodding and kind of shoegazy. And I showed the lyrics to my sister, and she asked me if I was okay because she read it as a suicide lyric, and that wasn't the intention at all. But I was like, holy shit, I could see how you could read it that way actually. But now, of course, this lyric will always make me think of that now. But what it's saying here, you know, picture I'm a dreamer, I'll take you deeper down to the sleepy glow. Time is a low, don't you know? Like they're running out of time and they're just trying to figure out ways to stop it, but time is running out, and what are we going to do? And then the last bit, it's kind of faded into the background. I didn't know what he was saying for so long, but he says, when we go down for all the sacred selfless days only left with heartache, I want to see you again, I love you, but what are we going to do? So again, just, you know, when we go down, when the earth crumbles, when humans disappear, for all the sacred, selfless days only left with heartache, you know, talking about how they've done good in the world and they've tried to help other people, but they're only left with heartache because there's still bad things happening because of them. I want to see you again, as in I want to return to nature. I love you, but what are we going to do? So this song is just this whole existential crisis of despairing at the state of the world and that climate change is ruining it. And nothing has fucking changed since 2005. We're still doing this shit. So it's a sad one. And I liked it before I understood the lyrics, but now that I do, I like it even more. And musically, it's so fucking good. I love this song so much. It's just it's the song you close your eyes and you just nod along to, you know? It's so good. I don't think I have too much else to say about it. It's pretty self-explanatory. The performance on the live DVD, which I also own, very good performance. If I remember correctly, Ike Turner actually comes out and plays the piano on it. I know he died pretty soon after this album came out, so I don't know if it was, but anyway. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this one. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below, tell me what you think, tell other people about the show. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.
What are we going to do? Whoopsie.